Hey guys, hi there, how are all of you? I hope you all are fine. Well, my name is Yusuf and I'm back. And I'm back on Yusuf Reacts. Well guys, today I'm back again with a very interesting movie review that is there for you people. The movie that I'm going to be talking about is literally one of the classics. Now, when I'm saying this thing out that literally it is one of the classics, it means this movie has a lot to offer. If I talk about this particular film, there are a lot of things that make this movie what it was in the past, and even if you guys see it for the first time, you are gonna love it. The character in itself is someone who speaks for himself, and the character or the main lead of this particular movie is no one other than Eddie Murphy. The movie that we guys are going to be discussing as far as today is concerned is going to be Welcome to America. There would be a lot of you people who would have seen this film, and there would be a lot of you people who would have a smile on your face after hearing the review that I'm going to be giving on as far as today is concerned. Alright, let's have a look at it, what the movie was about, how it proceeded, and what this movie had to talk about. And guys, before we start off, I want you guys to do me a favor. That favor is literally, guys, very simple. You guys are showering your support and love for me, and that is something which is really appreciable. I'm extremely happy to see that, and I want you guys to continue doing that. So I want you guys to subscribe to the channel, and I want you guys to press the like button. I want you guys to comment on my videos, and I want you guys to share them as much as you guys can. Now, coming back to what this movie is all about, the movie that we are going to be discussing as far as today is concerned is going to be literally one of the best comic films that ever came out. And it's not only a comic film, but in other words, I'll say it's a rom-com that really was extremely interesting. We over here see a particular prince, and this prince is someone who is a prince of Zamunda. Now, Zamunda is a particular fantasy land that has been created up in this movie. Anyhow, he is someone who lives in Zamunda, and he is someone who eventually is now 21 years of age. His father wants him to get married, and his father has selected a girl for him eventually, who he is going to get married to. The girl that his father has selected, she from her beginning has been trained that she has to obey what the king wants her to do. But he is someone who does not want a girl like that. He wants a girl who eventually is the one who is someone that he falls in love with. He does not want, in other words, a wife who is submissive and just like a servant who just obeys what he wants, just like he's a master of her. He does not want that. The day of the announcement of his engagement and his marriage, all the people have gathered up at the royal palace, and eventually the king has his wife, who eventually also comes along. Now the thing which tends to happen is this: the prince eventually takes her to a particular place in front of everyone. He wants to talk to her in a separate. When he talks to her, he realizes that she's someone who is not the one that he's looking for, because she's someone who's just going to consider him as his master, and she's going to do and obey what he's asked her to do. Everything. He even asks her to stand on one leg and start hopping like a monkey and make noise like a dog, and she literally does that. He goes to his father, has a discussion with him, talks to his father, and tells him he wants to marry a girl whom he loves. Now his father thinks that maybe my son wants a break, he should go out, explore something, and then eventually he should come back and he would be fine. So he gives him the money along with his particular companion. I would not say a companion, a guard, a sort of an individual. He then leaves he wants to go to America. Now in America, he decides Queens to be the place or the state where he's going to go. He feels that his queen is going to be in Queens. He shows himself to be an extremely poor guy. He lives at a particular place where he has nothing at all, and eventually he does what? He finds or come across a girl, and that girl is someone who he really gets attracted towards. And in order to get in close with that, he considers that he needs to work at the place of her father. Okay, it means her father owns a fast food restaurant known as McDowell's, and he feels that he should work over there. He works there as a janitor along with his fellow friend, and he mops the floors and gets into interaction with that girl and so on like that. There's a rich brat who is a model, and he's someone who is after that girl, and both of them are very close, and his father is really happy to have them together and so on. But with time, eventually things go on, and he does things that are really unusual, and that really eventually he's able to win the heart of the girl. And now comes the twist in the story. Everything is going fine as planned, and the king pops up, because the king comes to know that they have spent all the money that was given to them. He eventually lands in there, and when he lands from Zamunda to Queens, he finds out what his son has been doing. He approaches the girl and goes to his father. The father, who was opposing him, eventually now gets convinced with him, and because of the fact he wanted his daughter to not face those sufferings that were there. Anyhow, she refuses to marry him because of the interaction of the king and stuff like that. So he's now helpless and hopeless, and eventually the king takes him back to Zamunda. On the way, the queen says one thing to the king. The king says that it's against the law. Queen says the tradition, and who can break the tradition? The queen says one thing, that I thought the king had the authority to do so. This thing really touches the king. Now it's his marriage. He does not know anything about it. He's really depressed, and eventually when he comes to know that the lady who was there is the same girl, and he just cannot express his happiness, and he kisses her in front of everyone, and the king is happy, the queen is happy, and everyone is really happy, and even the people of Zamunda are happy. All in all, if we have a look at this particular movie, it's a very simple movie, but it had a lot of impact into it. All in all, guys, I hope you guys liked my review. If you guys loved it, I want you guys to subscribe to the channel. Please press the like button, comment on my videos, and do share them. This is me, Yusuf, saying goodbye to you people. Thank you very much for your time, guys. Take care.